If you're looking for an inexpensive fitness tracker by Apple, well then the Series 3 might be the watch for you. Released back in 2017 was the Series 3, and to this very day, it still is available, even in 2021. And during this time making this video, the Series 7 is released, and the SE is also available for $50 more. So why would anybody consider the Series 3? Well, it is a much older Apple Watch, as I originally stated. It got released a while back ago, so it's not the fastest, it doesn't have the best battery life, but it still is advertised by Apple to be able to achieve an all-day battery life. It's water resistant, it still doesn't look that bad from a far distance, and comes available in two screen size choices to choose from. The one we have here is the larger 42, but there's also the smaller screen 38 screen available. An LTE was available for this Apple Watch, which is available still to be able to be purchased on the used side market, like on eBay or maybe possibly Amazon, or if you know a friend or family or third-party marketplaces, you can get the LTE. But that's the time making this video. Only one available is Space Gray, and the Space Gray is equipped with 8 GB of internal storage, which from a normal smartwatch, this is all you really need, unless you are planning on storing your entire music library onto this device, which you can do, but 8 GB still is limited. And then this is running WatchOS 8, which means it's still somehow being supported by Apple. This is the longest running Apple Watch available in the market that is continue to still be supported by Apple, which means you can still do all the latest stuff that the new Apple Watches can do. It's still limited on the watch face, of course, but you can still download third-party apps, ask Siri some questions like open up WebKit, do all the other basic stuff, check weather, news, and most importantly, tell time. So it has the basics of a smartwatch, because you're able to also still be able to make phone calls, make incoming or outgoing calls, reply to text messages, view the notifications. But it's not until you actually start using the Apple Watch is when you notice its age. So even though I said that it could do everything that it can, there is times where this watch definitely does have performance issues, especially when it comes to multitasking or launching apps. But if you're okay with the delay, this watch still will get the job done. And it still is more than capable and will continue to receive updates from Apple. So other fitness trackers in the market, like Fitbit for example, still lack some of the features that the Apple Watch has. For example, the workout library is almost endless to the point where you can find even some really interesting ones you never knew existed. And then of course, being a part of the Apple ecosystem, even with like the latest generation AirPods like these ones, you can still pair them to the Series 3 without any issues. It is using a much older Bluetooth, it's Bluetooth 2, not Bluetooth 5. But I never once experienced any connection issues. The only thing I have noticed is notifications from my latest iPhone 13 Pro sometimes does take a little bit longer to actually be pushed to my Apple Watch. But once it's pushed, I'm able to reply by grabbing my phone or view it on my Apple Watch screen. So yeah, you can buy the Apple Watch Series 3 right now, brand new off store retail shelves for just $199. The next step up would be $249, and this will be for the Apple Watch SE, I'm sorry. So what are the Series 3 limitations? Well, when you compare the Series 3 to, like, once more, like other third-party smartwatches, Samsung, Fitbits, and stuff like that, the Apple Watch Series 3, right now, its advantage is its software. The capability of downloading a lot of third-party apps on the Apple Store gives this watch a big library, so you can basically find an app for pretty much anything. There's a bunch of games here as well. The only con is that compared to the other Apple Watches like the SE and the Series 7, it is missing a lot of features. For instance, comparing it to the SE and the Series 3, it doesn't have the haptic feedback with the digital crown, which from somebody who, like me, who is coming from a newer Apple Watch, this is a massive downgrade, because this is just satisfying and it allows you to actually precisionally click on whatever you're trying to select. And then other limitations is that safety feature. Although it does have the heart rate monitoring sensor, which is what it used to calculate your calorie burn for your workout and such like that, and it does have built-in GPS, but it doesn't have fall detection. There is no built-in compass, and unlike the Series 7, it does not have ECG support or blood oxygen level sensors to monitor your levels. This is due to the fact because of the internal specs, it's using old hardware. The G-force sensor isn't as advanced like these newer ones are. These new Apple Watches can measure up to 32 G-forces, or the older ones, the Series 3, is stuck at 16, which is what's used to be able to detect a fall for fall detection. And then other features that the Series 3 is lacking, unfortunately, is the family setup, which allows you to actually like set up this Apple Watch and give to your child without them being required to have their own smartphone, their iPhone of their own. In other words, it will stay paired to the legal/parent iPhone device, and you'll be able to monitor and track your child at class or anywhere they're around, or anywhere in general, and monitor all that on your phone. The Series 3 does not support that. The Series 4 and newer Apple Watches, including the SE, do. The Apple Pay functionality is fully supported on the Series 3. So to most people, the Series 3 will basically do all the basic functionalities you want a smartwatch to do, other than being able to tell time, because that's just a simple function for any watch in general. But it could do that and more. Weather, check the time, start a stopwatch, know what notifications your phone is receiving, and check it all out right here, a quick glance on your wrist. It's not a bad device, but for $199, if I never owned an Apple Watch, I would highly just recommend and advise just getting the SE over the Series 3. The SE is using an S5 chipset, which was available on the Series 5 Apple Watch, which is 2 generations ahead of the Series 3. So you'll be taking advantage of the modern day performance. And since this is an older Apple Watch, it's the Series 3 again, got released back in 2017. The likelihood of Apple dropping support really soon is very likely. We just don't know when. I'm still shocked that to this very day, WatchOS 8 is still fully supported on the Series 3. But there's other features that the Series 3 does support, like the ability to unlock your device, like your Mac with your Apple Watch. That feature is available for the Series 3, as well as the ability to unlock your iPhone with your Apple Watch and vice versa. So if you really are on a tight budget, you'll take advantage of the Apple ecosystem by going with the Series 3, but keep in mind you will be losing some features. But if this is a hand-me-down, or you just manage to score like a solid deal, like around less than $100 for a Series 3, yeah, it still is a good modern day Apple Watch. But again, you're missing some features, and you might get enraged when the Apple Watch itself is not performing as quickly as you'd like it to, and it's sometimes more efficient to take out your phone than do whatever you're trying to do on the screen on the Apple Watch. Which is another thing I gotta talk about, is the display. It's a boxy display. It doesn't have the round edges that's found on the Series 4 and newer Apple Watches, so text is slightly limited. As your real estate space, it's more compact. Not a massive deal breaker, but for somebody that's coming from a newer screen style to back to this, it's just frustrating. But this could just be a personal thing. I was fine back then, but nowadays it's really hard for me to continue using this Apple Watch personally. All in all, there you guys have it. Hope you enjoyed this review of the Series 3 Apple Watch. If you got some good useful information out of this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could actually leave this video a like, as those help me out a lot, and get subscribed, especially if you enjoy a lot of tech videos just like this. I'll be sure to include links down below where you can find the Apple Watch, including some special edition Apple Watches of the Series 3 or a great value. So make sure to keep an eye out in the video description down below for those links. If you'd like to see more, check out 100+ hidden features and some cool tips and tricks that you can do on the Apple Watch running the latest version of WatchOS 8. I went ahead and covered that video right over there. And the video next to that one, that is an accessory guide video of all the accessories you can purchase right now for the Apple Watch. So feel free to watch either or. Again, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.